What's up everyone, welcome back. Whether or not you want to admit it, the Miami Heat continue to be one of the best teams in the entire NBA. They have now been one of the many teams to hold the number one seed in the East, but one of the few who have actually held onto it for longer than a week. After beating the Chicago Bulls earlier this week, they currently hold a 1.5 game lead over them for the number one seed, and despite only being 9 games ahead of the Brooklyn Nets, who happen to hold the number 8 seed right now, they are beginning to feel like one of the favorites. And I tend to agree with that, as not only are they winning like they should be, along with defending their home court like a real playoff team should, but they are only getting better. We need to acknowledge that their big three of Kyle Lowry, Jimmy Butler, and Bam Adebayo have only played 23 total games together, and yet they have managed to win 17 of them. They are continuing to build on-court chemistry as they go, and you can even argue that they are not fully comfortable on the court with one another yet either. When you think about it that way, that can give you an indication of how good they can truly become, and then when you throw in the talented role players that they have to surround them with, it becomes rather difficult to not believe in them. Not only are they getting the production that they wanted from guys like PJ Tucker and Dwayne Dedmon, but they have gotten much better production than expected from Tyler Hero, Gabe Vincent, Caleb Martin, Omer Yurtseven, and Max Strus. And the funny thing about that is that the casual fan probably had not even heard of any of them a year ago other than Tyler Hero, but yet, the Miami Heat have turned each of them into very productive role players. Each of them are a big reason for why the Miami Heat are the number one seed right now. Like I mentioned before, their big three of Lowry, Butler, and Adebayo have each dealt with multiple injuries throughout the year, which has left the Heat relying heavily on their role players at times. Between Caleb Martin, Gabe Vincent, Omer Yurtseven, and Max Strus, they have started in a combined 50 games this season. Meanwhile, Tyler Hero has been averaging a cool 20.4 points per game off the bench, and yeah, is without a doubt the leading candidate for Sixth Man of the Year. They are all around getting much better production than expected from each of them, and it's been an underrated aspect behind why the Heat have been so good. We have rarely seen them be close to full health all year long now, but yet they have continued to thrive, and not only is that a compliment to the overall talent on their team, but it's a big compliment to how well their team has been managed. Between the culture that Pat Riley has built in Miami, along with Eric Spoelstra being a great coach for them, and definitely contributing to that culture as well, they are arguably the most well-run franchise in the entire NBA. Now, there are definitely names that I left out of there that help contribute to that as well, but Pat Riley, and while you can make arguments about that here and there, they have done pretty damn well with practically their entire 15-man roster. But even after all of that, what if I told you that even more help is on the way for them, and not in the form of a trade or a free agent addition either. Rather, they will be getting help from an often forgotten member of their very own team, and that player happens to be Victor Oladipo. If you have been keeping up with my content, then you'll know that I did bring this up already, but the return of Victor Oladipo is quickly drawing nearer. And for the casual NBA fan who has forgotten about him, we're talking about a former 2-time All-Star, an All-NBA defender, and one of which who is not even 30 years old yet. Now, I do understand that Oladipo is coming off a severe injury and long-term recovery, and one of which has taken years away from his career, but if the reports can be believed, Oladipo is looking like the player that we all remember him to be. He is rumored to be looking to make his return during their upcoming homestand, and if he can even resemble half of the player that he once was, in my opinion, that would immediately be a big upgrade for the Miami Heat. And then if he can be anywhere near the all-star caliber player that he once was, then we might be looking at the early favorites to win the championship here. That is really how big of a difference that Victor Oladipo could make for them, because remember, we're talking about an already dangerous team without him. But with him, that could elevate them to an entirely different level. Do I think he will be able to do that? Now, I'm not entirely sure about him being what he once was, but I have no doubts about his ability to help them in some capacity. In conclusion though, between their big three only continuing to get better, the great production that they have gotten from their role players, their elite leadership in Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra, along with getting Victor Oladipo and maybe even Markieff Morris back, I think the Miami Heat could be the most dangerous team in the entire NBA. We had to get to watch that. But with that will conclude my thoughts on the Miami Heat potentially getting even better and possibly being the most dangerous team in the entire NBA. And what do you guys think? How impressed have you been by them? And how good do you think they can be when fully healthy? Let me know your thoughts by commenting down below and we can talk about it there. But before you go, I would like to invite you to join the official Discord for the channel. If you like having NBA debates and discussion with others in real time, being updated on NBA news, or even being able to chat with me, then you really should think about joining. That will do it for this video though. Big thank you to everyone who took the time to watch until the end of the video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, be sure to drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and turn on notifications to get notified right away when I drop a new video. But as always, thank you for watching and have a great day.